to Rad BMX Builds. On this episode, I'm going to give you some tips on how not to get scammed when buying an old school BMX bike online. Okay, first things first. Do your research. Please look into the person or company that is selling you an old school BMX bike, because these people and companies are asking a lot of money for old merchandise that you're only finding photos of online. So research is critical. Look them up on different social media platforms. Do your due diligence when trying to find as much information about them as possible, and then back that up with asking them relevant information. You can look them up and see if they have multiple platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, a host of other platforms. If they're active in Facebook groups, things of that nature will lend a little bit more credibility to them. If you find that they are on social media, for example, I'm going to use Instagram. My company currently has over 22,000 followers, whereas other sellers might not have more than 4 or 5 followers, and that would be a red flag. If you see that they've had an account for quite a while, they're using the same name that they're giving you, they've had other interactions, their content seems to be relevant, then that should give you a little bit more comfort. However, if it's a weird name and they have hardly any followers, maybe even 0 posts, and the photos are recent but suspect, like they could have pulled them off the internet from anywhere, then you may want to just have some caution and take some further steps, which I'll talk about in a minute, in order to make sure that you are actually buying a product that they have on hand. Other things you can do is to make sure that the person you're buying from is a business or a private party. In my case, it's a business. I do have an LLC, and my business is licensed in Texas, and it's been open for a couple years. That's public record. It's easy to find. The internet's a wonderful tool, and I strongly encourage my followers and people listening to this YouTube to use the internet to search out and look into the people you're buying from before you spend lots of money and send it via Venmo or PayPal. Okay, if you find that you are buying from a business, there's other things you want to look for, such as reviews. Reviews are important because there are a couple builders, sellers out there that claim they have a business, and you look at the reviews and they're not very good. I just ran across one recently, so I encourage you to look into the business, look into their comments, reviews, whatever you can find on them, and make sure they're not just claiming to be a business or are a defunct business or just a bad business, because those exist as well. So look at reviews, look what people are writing. Look at eBay. If you buy parts on eBay, look at the reviews. Look how long they've been a part of eBay. If they've been there for several years, have hundreds of reviews, and they have like maybe 4.9 or 4.7 for a rating on eBay, then they're probably a legitimate, dependable seller. So those are things you want to look for also. Now, other things you can do outside of just looking into who you're buying from is make sure that they are open and clear in their communication. If you send them a message, this is a 2-lane road. So make sure when you send messages that you are clear and concise in what it is that you are looking for, what you're interested in, what you want to do, what you want to buy. Be very to the point on what you are asking, so that the recipient of your message can hopefully in turn answer all of your questions. And if you have clear information going back and forth that doesn't take a week, if it's pretty quick turnaround, I usually respond to my messages within the same day. So if it's especially someone wanting to buy something from me, I try to continue to engage in that conversation until they either purchase the item or don't want to continue in conversation and move on to something else. So if you do have a reputable buyer that you're looking into, they should acknowledge you as a seller and provide you good information back and forth through solid communication. Furthermore, the bike building community is not that large. There's a few big builders out there that have a pretty good following and footprint in this industry. So we tend to talk and communicate, and you could ask around, hey, have you heard good, bad, or indifferent from this person about that person, and it's not trying to get someone to talk behind someone's back. It's really just trying to get more information until you get to the point to where you're comfortable buying a bike from them. Most of us are not pushy like me. This is a hobby business that I don't need to put the roof over my head. I do it legitimately just to get bikes out the door to people that'll enjoy them. However, these bikes are expensive. The parts are expensive. They cost a lot of money. And if you've bought from me before, and some of you have bought from me several times, I'm not trying to make a huge profit, but I can't do this for free. And it wouldn't be a business if I just broke even every time. So negotiations for bikes are going to be a whole different topic, and we'll get into that in a minute. But buying the bike is truly the most important part, and for you as a customer, you should be comfortable. And part of me doing these videos, so you can get to know me a little bit better. My name is Sean. I'm the owner of Rad BMX Builds, and I'm not here to make a quick buck. I'm here to bring these old bikes back to life, give people those memories that they had, and put these bikes that were once rusty or sitting in an attic or in a field, it doesn't matter, that's irrelevant, and get them back looking amazing and ridden or put in a man cave or a collection or wherever the buyer wants to put them. So I don't become attached to these bikes, and I don't tell my sellers that you should do this, that, or the other with them. I just want them to enjoy the bikes how they're meant to be enjoyed in whatever capacity that means for the buyer. But with that comes a word of caution. A lot of these bikes are 30, 35 years old, and the welds are 30, 35 years old, and you may be 20, 30 pounds heavier or more from when you used to ride these bikes. So a caution comes with these bikes, no matter how well they're put together, no matter who builds them. These are old parts, and there should be caution if you do buy these bikes and intend on riding them daily. I don't recommend that you go out there and thrash on them like you would have 35 years ago. Your body and these bikes are not the same as they were in the 80s. All right, a little bit of a recap, and then we'll get into why I've decided to make this video. A recap is do your due diligence. Research, research, research. Use the internet to look out for scammers and try to identify good sellers. When you find those good sellers, I recommend you support them. These are small business owners like myself. I'm a very small business owner, and I wouldn't be in existence if it wasn't for the people buying my products, such as my bikes or miscellaneous parts every now and then, and especially the merch. So a merch plug, the link is below. So if you'd like to buy some Rad BMX Builds, hats, shirts, hoodies, stickers, whatever you want, please take a look at the link below and buy some of that merch. Now, after you've done your due diligence and you're comfortable, make sure you open up a good line of communication, and nobody should be forcing you to buy their products or bikes. You are the customer, and we are thankful and grateful that you come to us and that you trust us to buy our products. So for you that have bought from me, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it and all of the support. If you haven't bought from me yet, maybe you're a longtime follower or a new follower, subscriber, then thank you for starting to follow me, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. And now the reason why I felt like I needed to make this video. I am going to go through a transition within the company to where my bike sales will only be online on the website at radbmxbuilds.com, and the link will be below. I want this to be basically a online bike sales company. So I will build the bikes, create content, make YouTube videos, post to Instagram. However, all sales will only be through the website, and those prices will include shipping. There will be no more negotiations, no more trying to get the bike at some crazy discount and low balls and back and forth messages. This will be fair for you, the buyer, and me, the seller. I will set the price, and you have a choice. Buy the bike, don't buy it, whatever you want to do. They will have a buy button where you can buy it, put it in the cart. You can buy the bike via PayPal or a credit card, and the bike will be shipped to you. Now, with that being said, if you are local and you see a bike on the website that you want to buy and you're in the Southern California area, and you don't want to pay the included shipping cost, message me, send a message, and we will work that out, and I will deduct the shipping cost from the price of the bike and refund it to you if you pick it up. So the bikes will be on the website. If I decide to sell any parts, such as pads or miscellaneous parts, they will be on the website. And if you decide to buy it, thank you so much for supporting Rad BMX Builds. If you are local, buy the object first and then message me, and then I will refund you the shipping when you pick the bike or part up. So thank you again. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so I can keep making these videos, and keep building memories with me. And remember, as always, stay rad.